Americans think absolutely nothing of driving 7 hours. They'll drive 7 hours just for dinner. They'll drive 7 hours just for chips and dip.
My friend in the UK told me that they only see their father like 2 to 3 times a year because they live so far away. When I asked how far do they live, they said it's only a 45-minute drive. My commute to work 5 days a week is an hour. No, I relate to this. I absolutely fully relate to this.
That's actually just like a cultural thing. I'm gonna be straight with you. I used to drive like 4 hours a day for work.
Oh my god, yeah, no thank you. When I was going to college, I used to have to take like, 5 hours commute both ways on buses? No, I wouldn't wish that on the worst person. Every day.
The fact that it was on buses just really does make it suffering.
No, it's fine because I used to just put my headphones in and just listen to Pendulum on repeat and just fall asleep because it was like 5 in the morning I had to catch this bus. So it was the weirdest thing, just like falling asleep to Pendulum and then waking up in the city. It's like, what happened?
Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo, with me is Zen.
That is me!
And today we're looking at r/Tumblr, a subreddit dedicated to the posts from tumblr.com that escaped quarantine to come see us here today.
We should probably put it back.
Yeah, probably. Let's just get right into it. A lot of you have been asking, hey, why are you in my house? But that's not what we're here to answer, because more of you have been asking, hey, when are you guys going to get a podcast? And I'm here to tell you, hey, we have one.
Hey, yeah, that's right. Tangents Podcast, where we just follow the conversational thread wherever it may go. You all kept pestering us to make it, so we did. So why don't you come over and have a listen? We've got a fair few episodes out already for you, where we just talk about anything coming from gaming, down to just personal motivation and anything in between. I don't know why I use those two as the goalposts.
I mean, let's be real. You have a podcast with me. What else are we going to talk about?
So hey, if you want to come and listen to the podcast, you can find it on any of the platforms where you normally listen to podcasts, or you can go over to the YouTube channel for it as well. See you there.
Sorting hat quizzes be like, how do you brush your teeth? Bravery! While making a sandwich. While reading a book. I'm a snake.
Yeah, the logic behind the sorting hat never really made much sense. Like, let's face it. Putting a hat on your head who just, like, pretends to read your mind and who you are and be like, yeah, you go in that house. Go on. Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining you show up to school and they put a mood ring on you and then go like, oh, it's yellow, you're in class 3A.
Oh, yeah, it seems like the best way to, manage people. Wait, was the sorting hat essentially HR?
Yes, it was HR mixed with a mood ring. And also, it didn't really matter since you could just ask it to just put you somewhere.
This is true. I don't think this is going to go into the episode, but what if the hat was, like, systemically racist?
I think I'm leaving that in the episode, but I'm not going to answer it simply because I want to hear what the comments do. I like it.
A murder mystery where every character believes themselves to be responsible for the death and tries their best to cover it up.
The real kicker is that the guy died from natural causes. And apparently, this is a real thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the comments, there's a TV Tropes article listing basically this exact thing called Lots of People Tried to Done It.
I mean, isn't there a TV Tropes thing for basically anything at this point?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it works. It's like how you can't speak without making a Homestuck reference, statistically.
Yeah, TV Tropes is like the rule 34 of TV.
Something about that makes me viscerally uncomfortable.
But it's not wrong.
I mean, you can be not wrong. I can still be uncomfortable because of it. Oh, I hate it. I'm moving on because I refuse to dignify this any further. Man, you know what I want? A superhero series where they have powers that 100% contradict their personality. A fisherman's daughter who lives by the sea, swims every day, and learns she can control fire. A boy who is mortified of heights realizes he can use anti-gravity and hates it. Someone who was bitten by a dog as a child, suffers extreme fear around animals, can now communicate with them. They're all disgusted by their powers.
Write a book.
Ah, yes. Honestly, I think this could be a cool idea. I mean, I feel like this has to happen in, like, shows where, people just randomly get superpowers, like My Hero.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, this idea's been had. I can say this because I did something like this back in college, like 8 years ago. We tried to make a short film about this.
How'd that go?
Not very good. Mainly for the fact that we couldn't do many effects. Like, we had one superhero which was essentially applying to join the League at that point, whose superhero name was the Red Eye. He shot lasers from his ass.
It still works!
It works, but he's... Like, he you know those, like, old-fashioned pajamas that you wear to bed with, like, the butt flap so you could use the toilet in the night? That was his superhero costume. True. We also had another guy that was, like, super fast running, but he had a crippling smoking addiction, so he could only, like, move, like, 10 meters before throwing up at super speed.
God. That sounds amazing. Confession today. Saturday will be until exactly 5:30 p.m. There's only one priest available for confession today. Make your confession directly to the point and confess only your sins and offenses. No need to explain why you did it. Thank you very much.
Confess and get the hell out.
I'm just saying, Jesus is on a timetable. He's got things to bless. He's got things to do. He can't just be sitting around waiting for you to get to the point, Deborah.
I mean, if ever, like, considering how many people are in the world at this moment and how many people pray and confess sins, you gotta imagine how many people he can get to at this point. Like, how big is his voicemail inbox? What's his backlog?
I'm just imagining Jesus, like, getting a CSV of, like, all of the, like, prayers and desires he's got, and he goes to grant one, and it's like, oh, he died, like, 300 years ago.
Oh, should be a bit more timely.
But it just keeps looping like that because the list is so long.
Well, that's the thing. If that's the case, all you need to do is, like, sort by new.
This one wants an iPhone. What is that? You know how Blizzard made Soldier 76 gay and how funny that was? It would have been even funnier if Valve just confirmed Heavy was gay whenever the Heavy update comes out. Not for any representation reasons, I think it would be hilarious for this hugely anticipated update, and at the end of the bounty note, it's like, the Heavy from TF2 likes men, see you in 3 more years.
Update notes. Heavy is now a gay man. Added homophobic voice lines for Scout.
Yeah, sounds about right for Scout. He's a little bastard.
I mean, hey, you're the TF2 guy here. I don't really know too much about the lore or anything about that. All I know is Scout Man do double jump and go bonk.
Scout is incredibly rude and incredibly Bostonian, and the game is set in, like, I want to say either the 40s or the 60s.
Oh, no. Okay.
So realistically, in a game with 9 men, at least one of them is probably the world's worst, and if it's going to be anyone, it's either the medic or the scout, and the medic is not a racist or a homophobe, because everyone has the same livers and organs and stuff that he can harvest.
Okay. I mean, to him, everyone's equal. It's
Yeah,
what matters. It's what's inside that matters.
Who do you think is going to be homophobic? A dude in his early 20s living in Boston who's bullied repeatedly, or a guy who put baboon uteruses in his teammates? Born too late to be a ground cowboy and too early to be a space cowboy. This is neither rootin' or tootin'. God.
Relatable.
I've never felt a more profound sadness than I feel in this exact moment.
I mean, this is a realization everybody comes to at one point in their life. I'm just glad they did it at this point.
I just didn't want to admit it right now. I just didn't want to admit it right now.
The sooner you realize, the sooner you can start to heal. This is the start of your new life.
This is the saddest yee I've ever had.
That was a weird way we took that one.
I'm proud of that. That was some pretty realistic crying, in my opinion. What's the most...
Oh my god, that's... What is this what is this image for ants?
Okay.
How am I meant to read this?
Hold on. So here's the thing. We can read the text all we want. It's extremely small. I'm not sure that's the funniest part of this. I want to talk about the context here for a moment. We've got a Reddit post about a Reddit post on Tumblr on Reddit. I've always scoffed at those, oh my god, Europe is tiny posts, but we just took the wrong exit driving back to our cabin and we literally ended up in Norway and decided to just stay for dinner, so yeah.
This just happened again. Jesus. There isn't even a sign that says welcome to free Norway. You're just there all of a sudden.
I could miss an exit and still stay in my state for another 8 hours. Yeah,
aren't most of your states like the size of the UK?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I was talking with one of my friends who lives in Ireland, and they were just like, yeah, it would take you maybe 7 hours to get from, like, top to bottom in the UK, and I was just like, I would still be in New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, going from like from the top to the bottom would take maybe 8 to 10 hours driving on motorways and all that kind of stuff. We're not a big island.
Online interview. I'm nervous, so I made a romance game style filter.
Text box. You're an intriguing woman. Come with me and join our company.
Oh my god, I'm glad I'm not interviewing anymore because now I would have done this. Oh my god, the fact that he's on like a plain white background too absolutely like gets me. Wait, who took this picture? Did you have someone taking a picture of your computer monitor during an online interview?
I'm hoping they were just out of frame, because otherwise that's going to be extremely weird for the interviewer.
Yeah, that's gonna cost you some points there. I've seen this new trend of girls posting videos like, I hate my boyfriend for bringing all of his stupid boy things into our apartment when we moved in together. And then pictures of his Hot Wheel collections, or a Halloween skeleton, or an extremely cool pirate flag. Give him to me! You do not deserve him!
Especially when she shows it juxtaposed against her decor, which is all like beige lampshades and live, laugh, love signs.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, yeah. This is why I try and date women with similar interests to me, because honestly, I'm not getting rid of the amiibos. The Goku statue will be staring at us in our bed. This non-negotiable. He watches over me when I sleep.
Oh, when you wake up, you just make eye contact with Rem.
No, that's on my desk for whenever I feel sad while working. Army ads starting with, we fight the wars no one hears about, is frickin' wild. In what world is that a good sentence to hear as a citizen?
Unless they're traveling through an interplanetary portal and fighting evil brain snakes, we need to hear about the wars they're fighting.
They really should tell us about the brain snake wars as well, though I want to know about the brain snake wars.
You don't know about the brain snake wars?
I thought they were just a myth made up by the proletariat.
I guess it was a war we just didn't need to hear about.
Oh, God. Such a shame. It seemed like such a pivotal war for us.
That's what a brain snake would say.
Say what you want about a Reddit, but the fact that it lets you sort by controversial so you can see people fighting each other is a perfect feature. Yeah. I like sorting by controversial because you get some really hokey stuff.
You know, as someone who has, like, Reddit is essentially a mainstay of their job, I only use Reddit for my job. I don't really delve into it much past that. I get exposed to Reddit enough. I think is the best way to put it.
Psyduck is probably like the most achievable Pokemon, probably. Like, I don't think I could teach a cabbage to grow legs and be a Bulbasaur, but there's probably a certain threshold of mental torment I could subject the duck to that would make a Psyduck.
Hot take, this is how we got Canadian geese.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. You can't really teach an animal to become anything besides spiteful.
I mean, no, let's face it. Psyduck, what? Psyduck is a psychotic duck at this point, where if it just has a panic attack or gets too stressed out, just explodes. Yeah,
Relatable.
I think you could just, psychologically scar a duck enough, and there you go, you got one. Why would you want this? I don't know.
Easy to win the next dogfight. Like, if your duck can throw psychic waves, you win. You just win.
And that's all the time we have for you today on Kalbus. If you liked the video, consider dropping a like or maybe even subscribing. Or hey, maybe even share with a friend and be like, hey, you remember Tumblr? It's still around. I'm going to get some hate comments for that one because people keep saying, stop saying Tumblr's dead. It was. It came back. It's like Jesus. It's now here. Deal with it. If you want to see some more r/Tumblr, then stick around just a couple more seconds because another one will be popping up on your screen. But on that note, I have been Zen, and with me has been Cam.
All right.
But on that note, we hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.